Suave on the track.
Whatever it takes. The leeway.
Coco, this your season right now.
They won't see me. They won't let me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin', making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin', making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I put attention, all of my blood, all of my veins. They started with Perky, now that hair right numb his veins. You started with serving, now them drugs drove you insane. Started with Dylan, I grew up with killers, they taught me the game. I got some niggas that die behind, and that shit won't never the same. I know some niggas that lie behind, and that bullet had his name. Ain't no reason to cry about, cause that shit won't never change. MTF the 4th and P, my niggas can't get out the game. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin', making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I won't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah. I gotta sleep with one eye open, trippin', making me nervous. I take a piss, my hand on the strap. I know the odds wanna murder. I got a feeling, keep my stomach paranoid, yeah. I can't let them, yeah. They won't see me, yeah.
Lost, see, I glossed through it, shit ain't been the same. Heard the ops talking to the feds, giving names. Who gon' feed my family if they take me out the game?
Podcast.
Keep one in the head and one eye open, that ain't change.
You got so many
Quick to catch
titles,
a
man.
body. When I
We're
shoot
back
you,
with
I know
Tariq,
I'm
Nasheed,
shooting
but
right
what's
beside me. Them hollow tips
No
go through the
Jumper,
wall and then they
coolest
hit his
podcast
body.
in the world, and we're back again with. Listen, Tariq, you got so many titles, man.
Yeah.
We're back with Tariq Nasheed, but what should people know Tariq Nasheed as, man?
Author, filmmaker, activist, game advisor, so many hats, museum owner, so many things I do.
Revolutionary.
Yes, indeed. Absolutely.
Yo, listen, Tariq always shows up with a fresh hairline, right?
Yes.
Now, I just found out that this is like so it's a ritual, right? So because Tariq and a few guys in the office as well, they get haircuts. Well, not haircuts, but like just like the shape ups, right?
Yeah.
Right, every week, and then get like the fade, like right, like retouch every like 2-3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
I just don't find the need in getting the shape up retouched every week, and just wait until the haircut in 2 weeks.
That's an FBA thing. I told Flacco off camera. That's kind of an FBA thing to keep the hairline crisp.
Why though? Like.
Because look, as we came out of slavery, as foundation of Black Americans, man, we wanted to make a good impression on the world because they made us so raggedy during slavery. When we came out of slavery, we wanted to say, hey, now we have the opportunity to show you how fresh we are.
Yeah.
Some of the first barbering schools were Black people. They were running them. Black people were some of the first barbers in the country. They were cutting white people's hair.
Yeah.
You had some of the first barbering schools coming out of Philadelphia, which is why Philly is known for some of their most thorough cuts. So we've always had a thing about having fresh fades, fresh lineups and all that. So it's kind of an FBA culture.
Yo, hair. So look, so if I get fresh shape up every week, would I be able to blend in as an FBA?
You might. We got to wash the Jollof stains off, but you might be able to blend in. See, Flacco said he get his joint hit up like every 2 weeks. See, that's non-FBA stuff right there. Because y'all be trying to save money. Y'all a little more frugal with your pay.
Yo,
you say you gotta wash the Jollof off.
Mad frugal, bro. I'm talking about, listen, man, like as a kid, bro, like my dad had us like probably haircuts every month, right?
And that's why y'all asked us to get lit up and roasted in school.
I'm talking about, bro. It was bad, bro.
Yeah.
No, it was horrible, man. It was bad, man. No, but with a fresh haircut though, how closely will I be able to pass off as an FBA?
Well, the thing is,
or is the accent just
the accent we'll know from the accent. Sometimes y'all get the haircuts and y'all, but the accent we know the accent. You know? But yeah, we all good. This is my brother.
Yeah, man. Yo, Tariq.
Yes, sir.
You gotta have a praying mother, man, because your enemies have been falling, man.
Yes, they have. Yes, they have.
Man, here, bro, like we would actually talk about I think one of them later on, right?
Yeah.
But let's get to Kanye, man.
Yeah.
A lot happened this morning, but let's just first backtrack first.
Yeah.
And then we can get to this morning. So What was your whole take on the whole Kanye DEFCON, like DEFCON 3 and his whole, I guess, folks was, I guess labeling Kanye as anti-Semitic, right?
Right.
Yeah.
See, with Kanye, the difference between Kanye and Kyrie, we've been defending Kyrie. Kyrie didn't do anything anti-Semitic. He didn't say anything anti-Semitic. He shared a link that's on Amazon that anybody can get. He didn't put any context to it. It's like, hey, check this out. So they tried to reframe him as being anti-Semitic. We were totally against that. Kanye is a little bit harder to defend because Kanye was like, I'm about to go DEFCON 3 on Jews. And all. So you can't really defend that. You don't say stuff like that. That's not on go.
Well, isn't like DEFCON 3 kind of like so like the U.S. military has like the DEFCON system, right? Where like pretty much like DEFCON 3 just means, like we are now ready to defend ourselves. And like we have like labeled like this particular target as necessary, right?
Right.
So if Kanye is saying that DEFCON 3 means, I'm just ready to defend myself against, let's say, people who have been attacking me.
Right.
Yeah.
He didn't specify like that.
Gotcha.
Because see, you said I'm going DEFCON 3 on the Jews.
Yeah.
So I don't. You don't say stuff like that. You don't go in on an entire group of people. There are Jewish people who are actually cool. There's Jewish people who are not racist. We like to point out, even with me, people look at me as like a prominent black figure about justice. I don't really go in on white people. I go in on white supremacy.
Absolutely.
There's a difference between white people and white supremacists.
Yes, sir.
Because all white people are not white supremacists. Within Jewish society, you don't go in, I'm going to go in on the Jews, because there's some Jewish people who are not on that bullshit.
Absolutely.
You do have some anti-black racists within that society. You go in on them. You specify who you're going to go in on. You just don't label people and just hit them all at once as one monolithic group based on their ethnicity. That's a problem.
Yeah, in fact. Now, do you think the punishment was, do you think like his like punishment fits his crime when I guess Adidas canceled his deals, Balenciaga canceled his deals, he lost a lot of partnerships?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Kanye walked right into that one, because if you're a black man in a certain position, you got that kind of paper, they want you to make a mistake so they can go in on you. He walked right into it. I mean, he walked into that so easily, and they started snatching billions from this dude within days. You've never seen somebody lose billions.
$2 billion in a day.
In a damn day. You've never seen that. So as a black person, you got to be on your P's and Q's, and you have to be cognizant of what you say when you are running a corporation like that. Now, Kanye opened himself up to some of his white employees to sue him, which many of them are doing now.
Wow.
You see? So you got to be very careful when you spew certain things. When you get that kind of position, you don't have to say everything that's on your mind.
Yeah.
You dig? You have to have some decorum about what you do and be more codified with your language.
Yeah, man. Now, there were black people saying, yo, this is just a grand plan. He self-sabotaged so he could be free. Like, what's your response to that?
That's goofball talk. That's not how you do it, because he's not free. He's not, nobody's doing business with him like that. He went into Skechers. They threw him out of the Skechers building. He's trying to get connections. You need connections if you're in that type of industry.
Absolutely.
And you have a lot of people who are looking at him with a black cloud over his head. And it's going to be hard for him to make some real good deals now. You don't throw money like that away. You can do so much more with that type of money for the community than to just sabotage yourself like that. Now he's running around with a bunch of these suspected white supremacists now. Your boy, Nick Lion-ass Fuentes, and Nick got on here and lied.
Yo, bro, speak on it, man.
Yeah. Nick said that, well, Tariq, that little whiny white supremacist, well, Tariq, Tariq, we've never asked him to debate me. I showed emails of him and his people repeatedly emailing me, offering me money to do a damn debate with him. So that wasn't a lie. But running around with Nick Fuentes, man, I mean, that's a bad look all the way around. You don't want that kind of energy. This guy says reckless stuff about non-white people, black people in particular, and Kanye running around with these alt-right people. That's not a chess move. It's like, what is this guy doing? What's Kanye's agenda? How does Kanye view other black people?
Absolutely.
If you're with Milo and Candace Owens, who hates black people, and some of these other people who spew anti-black racism. What's your purpose of being around these people? That's why I can't really defend Kanye like that.
Nah, it's a fact right now. Like, give me your initial reaction to when you've seen he was, because like I think Milo is now his manager, right? Like Milo is now his
something like that.
Yeah,
he's like his campaign manager or something like that. So it's all over the place. When I first heard about the whole thing, when he was, well, first of all, before he went DEFCON on the Jews and all that nonsense, he was running around, remember, with White Lives Matter shirts. So he was already prepping us for the bullshit. You dig? So, and people try to chop it up as him being bipolar. I don't know if bipolarness makes you into a coon, because he's doing some real cooning right now. That's just not a good look.
Yeah. So speaking on that White Lives Matter shirt, so people, so like, folks will say, yo, Kanye just wore a shirt that says White Lives Matter. If he never says Black Lives Don't Matter, then like it's not really cooning. So like, just speak on him wearing that White Lives Matter shirt. Well,
White Lives Matter, that whole narrative came out of the opposition to Black people saying, hey, we don't want to be killed by race soldiers out here, which is part of the so-called Black Lives Movement. And I don't like to speak on the Black Lives Movement too heavy, because that was controlled opposition. You had people infiltrate that and rebrand that into an all lives matter situation within itself, because when Black people got killed, you had a lot of activists on the grassroots who would go out here in the streets and stomp for justice for them. And then all of a sudden we see these activists who were funded by white sources come out there talking about, Black Lives Matter and Black trans matter too. Like, what? And Black Asians and just all of this stuff. It turns into an all lives matter thing. And then when the money came, all of these other groups started getting money. No Black organizations really got any of that paper. The Black masses, we didn't benefit off that.
Yeah. So who infiltrated it though?
The dominant white society, and the left wingers were the main ones who were infiltrating. Because see, they go out there and act like they're the allies. Say, hey, yes, we're with you. We're going to march with you. And then they start putting up these Act Blue donation pages all over the place. And then all of this money starts coming in, and nobody knows where the money goes. They said that the Black Lives Matter as an organization collected like $90 million or possibly more than that. But the only people that they point out mismanaging the money are a few Black people. You know what I'm saying? This Black person right here had 6 million. This other Black person had 4 million, and they bought houses. Okay, where's the other 80 million?
Absolutely.
You dig? The white people who got that money, what did they buy? Because we damn sure didn't get it as a Black community. So we got to call all of it out.
Right. Wait, so like you even just like spoke on that though, like the one lady, bro, like again, I hate counting pockets, right? Because like right, like cause like how do I say that her buying 5 houses is from that money, right?
Right, exactly. So that's why I didn't jump on that thing, because the white media was throwing that out there. Oh, this woman who's the leader of Black Lives Matter bought all these houses. So I'm like, okay, that's her paper. She could do whatever she wants to do with her money. But you're gonna have to put everybody out there. What did all of these other groups buy too? You got to put the white people out there too, because the white people made the bulk of the money, and that money did not go to producing any type of justice for Black people.
Now I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true, but they said that George Soros has a has an intricate role in Black Lives Matter. Is that true?
They've been pointing out for years that George Soros has underwritten a lot of these nonprofits that's connected with Black Lives Matter.
Oh wow!
And we do know that the DNC, a lot of top brass from that organization, they get money from lobbyists, and then they funnel that money into these Black Lives Matter organizations. And then all of a sudden they start talking about Black trans. And then what happens is the white LGBT starts getting a hold of all of that money. And then we get laws passed to protect white LGBT people instead of Black people. So it's a big finesse that goes on.
Not big finesse. Now, can there ever be an instance where program ran by white money for Black people can still have, I guess, the purest of interest for Black people, right? Like if let's say like a program for saving Black kids, if that program was ran purely by white dollars, can that program still be for Black people?
Well, let's look at history. Many programs for so-called Black people, they've been run by white people. And how has that worked so far? Look over in Africa. Many of those Save the Children programs and Feed the Children programs are solely run by white people. It has not gotten better
at all.
These are finesse games. They go over there saying, hey, look, we got some rice for the hungry babies. We're going to feed you. And by the way, when we're feeding you, we're going to be mining all the cobalt over here. We're going to be getting all the diamonds, but you're going to get a nice bowl of rice. So aren't we so great? It's a hustle,
rice
man.
And dry stew with no meat.
Exactly. It's a hustle. They've always sent them the missionaries, then the military. You understand? That's been the tactic of the white supremacists since they started getting around indigenous people.
Yeah, man. And like, do you feel though like the like the Republican Party have used Kanye as their blackface, or like, you know, I think like he even spoke on like how Elon Musk will kind of like parade him around to these parties as his cool black friend, right? So do you feel like Kanye was being used by that party for years?
Yeah, but he wanted to be used. You dig? He's the one who ran around with that MAGA hat, hugging on Trump like a plantation Sambo. He's doing all of that stuff. So they're just utilizing his ignorance. He's going along with the program. And of course, they're going to use him as a mascot. Notice with all of this stuff in the backlash going against Kanye, you don't see too many people from the right defending Kanye.
No,
they're not defending him. He's out here shooting himself in the foot using these right-wing talking points, but they're not saving him and they're not doing anything to help him.
Yeah. Yo, like, do you think that Kanye is high IQ? Because, like, okay, so like when Kanye spew these like talking points, right? They sound like incoherent, you know, like less solid. Then, like when I hear less like a Nick Fuentes or a Candace Owens or like Milo, right? Like, it's like they got the sauce to like make that shit sounds good. Right. You know,
see, Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, they know they're full of shit. Okay, that's the thing. They're intelligent to know what they're saying are talking points from a think tank.
Yeah,
that's all it is. They're spewing right-wing talking points from these think tanks.
Yeah,
Kanye believes that stupid shit that he be saying, and that's the problem. He thinks that shit is deep, and it's not. And he doesn't understand that he's spewing talking points from these groups who don't give a shit about him.
Man, now speaking of self-sabotage and stupid shit, let's like fast forward to now. Kanye West went on Alex Jones this morning.
Oh my God.
Okay, so like when you first heard that Kanye West was going on Alex Jones, did you at least have any type of like encouragement, like, you know, maybe he would, you know, present himself well?
No. I said, Lord, why is he doing this? And it's almost like they're setting him up to fail.
Yeah.
Why would if you had some real people around you, they wouldn't let you go on one of these platforms where that type of rhetoric is kind of known and it can be cultivated and it can be misconstrued, because nobody on those platforms they're not going to pull you back and stop you. You understand?
Yeah.
So he gets on Alex Jones talking about Hitler wasn't that bad. And I'm like, oh my God. I mean, they're letting this dude, they're giving him the rope to hang himself.
Yeah. And what's even more dangerous to me is they was like letting him go while saying, oh no, I hate Hitler. You feel me?
And he did the same thing on Timcast. It was the Timcast the other day. He was talking that stuff, and Timcast kind of pushed back a little bit with a fake pushback, and Kanye got up and walked off. So he's all over the place with it.
Yeah, man. Like it's kind of like, yo, oh no, speak, make us money.
Yeah.
But
like, oh God, we're gonna oppose what you're saying, but keep talking, that type of thing. Yeah, they want him to say all that stuff.
Right now, like his boy Nick was there as well, right? Now, Kanye saying, I don't hate Hitler, I like Hitler, I like the Nazis. Can there ever be a nuanced conversation about people like that? Because like, look, so like if he says, listen, man, like I'm a Christian, I see the good in everybody, right?
That don't work. When you use Hitler, you shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah.
You dig? That's like a white person saying, well, there was some good slave owners. You know, if you say that, hey, what are you talking about?
They do though.
They do try to, and that
George Washington, Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But it makes them look bad when they try to go that route. So Kanye talking about Hitler did some good things. There's no coming back from that. There's no coming back.
Is he done now?
Man, it looked like it's going to be all downhill, and we have to understand, you don't put yourself in that position to sabotage yourself and lose all of that money, all of that affluence that you had, because you had a lot of influence. You were in a position where you could help a lot of people. You don't have to say every little quirky thing that pops in your head if you're in that position.
Yeah.
So Kanye, I don't know what his goal is now, but he's messing up big time.
Now, let's assume Kanye never wore the White Lives Matter shirt, right?
Yeah.
And he never, I guess, ostracized himself among black folks.
Yeah.
Let's assume Kanye West was still, black folks were still rallying around Kanye West. Could he have survived the cancellation of the Jewish people?
Well, the problem is he's rolling with the alt-right now. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's literally rolling with the alt-right.
Yeah.
So these guys are bad news. So the reason he was using those talking points, those are talking points that the white supremacists like to use.
Yeah.
Because the white supremacists never like being called out. When you call out white supremacists, they say, oh, no, it's not us. It's the Jews who's really running stuff and doing everything. So that gets the heat off them. So I don't fall for that. It's the white supremacy is the problem. It's not Jewish supremacy because there are black Jewish people who are decimated and they're discriminated against and they have no power. It's not a religious thing. It's a racial thing, and it's a racial group, the white supremacists, who are dominating and controlling everything.
Yeah, man.
So we have to point that out.
Yeah. Now, like they even like spoke about being outside of the matrix and like going for who actually run things. So from like your perspective, man, because like we can say like Trump, Biden, like they'll run shit, right? Like, who do you think run all of this, man?
Dude, the code of white supremacy runs everything. See, they think there's not some Wizard of Oz in a room somewhere pushing buttons. White supremacy, it gets its power from all of the participants being on code. That's why the most lowly white person has more power than the most upstanding black person. For example, Bill Cosby, damn near a billionaire. It was broke white women that took him down. You understand? Kyle Rittenhouse is a trailer trash hillbilly. That man had $1 million worth of whiteness because he went into a courtroom and the courtroom bent over backwards to protect him. That's what white supremacy means. A black person, we couldn't pay for what happened with Kyle Rittenhouse. A judge to sit there and act like you're a lawyer, and then the white media to sit here and protect you too. Whiteness has a monetary value. So when a person says, well, my family came over here to America and we didn't have no money, yes, you did. You had $1 million worth of whiteness. And that whiteness meant something. That's why you brought your broke ass over here from the slums of Europe to come over here and enjoy the benefits of your whiteness.
Man. No, but like speak on Kyle Rittenhouse, right? Because even me, like I've always said, man, and he was being attacked and you know, and he shot back in self-defense. So if I see that, man, how can I like truly say to lock up this 17-year-old kid in jail for life? Because life is a long time, you know?
If a black person was on video saying, hey, those protesters need to be shot. I wish I had my gun. I would shoot those protesters. You're saying this on film. And then there's another film of you beating up a girl, like Kyle Rittenhouse. There's a video of him beating up a girl at school.
Yes, I've seen that.
Then he goes out here with a white supremacist group, the Proud Boys and the other ones, looking for trouble. Nobody told them to go out there. He crossed state lines illegally with a gun that he wasn't supposed to have. He's too young to have it. And then you go out here instigating a situation because there's also video of Kyle Rittenhouse running up to black people because it looks like he wanted to ambush black people, but black people saw what he was trying to do. Hey, we know you. You were pointing your gun at us. They were saying to Kyle, you pointed your gun at us earlier, man. We ain't rocking with you because Kyle was running around acting like he was a medical guy, like he was a medic.
Gotcha.
He wasn't a medic.
A 17-year-old kid,
he wasn't a medic. He had no medical training, and he's running around. Hey, you need medical? They were like, no, you tried to shoot at us, man. Get the fuck out of here. So the white cats stepped in because they saw what Kyle was doing. They were trying to get him out of there, and then Kyle started busting, which was the plan. They were going to try to ambush people, which they did. And then you get into a courtroom, and a judge is sitting here saying, we can't show the video of you saying you want to shoot protesters. We can't show videos of you beating up a girl. We can't call the people you killed victims. That was white supremacy on display all day.
Man. Now like he's actually, bro, like he's now on Twitter popping his shit, man.
Yes, he's popping his collar. And then you get out and you have a video game called the Turkey Shoot. He has a video game where he's shooting turkeys. A black person could never do no shit like that, dude. Come on.
Man. Now, do you think that he will have a future or like it's his 15 minutes of fame about to be up?
Here's the thing. You got to understand how white supremacy works. Because even in Jim Crow, even though the white supremacists enjoyed the privilege of white supremacy, they knew how evil each other were. They knew how they were. They knew they didn't trust each other. That's why they didn't raise each other's kids. They would get black people to raise their kids for them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't want to leave their kids with other white supremacists.
Not facts. You feel me?
They didn't hate us too much. They knew that we would take care of their kids. So same thing with the Zimmermans. Like Zimmerman was a hero for a minute, but white society ain't really fucking with Zimmerman like that. He's a killer. They know. Rittenhouse. They know that this guy is off the chain. They're not going to really have him in a serious setting. That could be a civil lawsuit, potential lawsuit hazard having this guy around.
Right now too.
He's being sued. So if you really employ this guy and he does something crazy, knowing his background, so that's some kind of litigation nightmare for some corporation. So he will be propped up as a hero to the far right supremacists, but they ain't really rocking with him in legitimate white society.
Yeah.
Like that. They're on code with him though,
Nah,
to the
as a
point
fact.
where they're not going to punish him.
Right.
But rocking with him, we're gonna back up off you like that.
Not, and that's true right now. Like you like also spoke on George Zimmerman, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's your take on this, man? Right?
Mhm.
Like there's just always like, I think Jay-Z said this, right?
Mhm.
Yo, like y'all killed X and let George Zimmerman live.
Mhm.
The streets is done.
Mhm.
So like what's your take on that? It took a white man to see him in public and bust at
buffs on him. Yeah.
Do us as black folks have to own that?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they have been hiding this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody know exactly where he is now. I heard he was in Arizona. I don't know if he's still in Florida. So nobody knows exactly where he is. They kind of been low-key hiding him. So I'll give him that. Now, if this was a situation out here in LA, they would have found his ass.
Oh no, fast.
They would have got his ass. If Zimmerman was out here, they would have been waiting around at every bar or whatever he frequented. They would have got him. But again, nobody really knows where he is at this point.
Yeah, man. Now, speaking of Kyrie, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you seen the list they gave Kyrie,
man,
was that buck breaking at its finest?
That was them trying to degrade that man. And I'm glad he didn't fall for the bait. That was overkill. Them trying to make him apologize and give money and
$500K.
Yeah, trying to get 500. That was buck breaking all day, and I'm glad he didn't go for that, because right now with Jerry Jones, they're sweeping the Jerry Jones situation under the rug, and Jerry Jones was actively engaging in Jim Crow racism on camera, back in the 1950s, and they're trying to make that seem like it's ancient history, but they're burying that under the rug. So with black people, they have to do overkill to try to make an example out of Kyrie, because he's a proxy for all of us. So they're trying to smack him around.
Shout out to my brother God of the Geechies.
Pushback that they're getting, because we're not going for that.
Yeah, man. Now, for like folks like myself, right, who I don't really understand like most things, right, when it comes to like Kyrie saying, I know who I am in terms of he is a Hebrew, right? So what's black folks, I guess, lineage that trace back to like the Hebrews?
Yeah, now there are black people who have Jewish lineage, and when you go back in history, you'll see that they were black Jews, they were black Hebrews. There's tribes over in Africa now, South Africa, Zimbabwe, who are jet black. They could trace their ancestry, and they've done DNA tests showing that their lineage goes back to Judah, to Israel. So these are facts. There are black people who have Hebrew backgrounds. So as far as us here, we can do DNA testing and we can kind of do lineage testing and see who's who, but we're so mixed up with different cultures now, it would be hard to tell to a certain degree if we haven't been practicing Judaism in decades or even centuries. So that would be kind of hard to tell. Now, the thing that's interesting, why there is anti-Semitism and why anti-Semitism became prevalent in Germany was because the Nazis and the other white supremacists, they said, well, the reason we don't like Jewish people is because they're really Negroes. That was them saying that. Yeah. You look at Mein Kampf by Hitler, and he's using the word nigger all in the book. He kept referring to Jews as Negroes. You think? So that was the issue that they had with Jewish people. They have these Negro genes that they're trying to sneak in around us strong Aryans. So we have to get that Negro gene out of here. So when they say a black person is anti-Semitic, well, that means you're anti-black to a certain degree, because what they don't like about the Jews is the black gene that they say that they have. You dig? It's a real heavy dynamic.
Wait, so if Kanye noticed it, why would Kanye even like co-sign that shit?
Because Kanye is all over the place. He's hanging around with a bunch of people, these white supremacist groups, who's spewing this nonsense, and he's not articulating himself right. And that's the problem.
Yeah, man, Kanye probably don't like even know, right? He just like regurgitating it, man. Now, Jerry Jones, right? So Jerry Jones, a picture came out from 1957. He claims he was 14 years old. And he was with a group of people that was trying to stop the desegregation of North Little Rock High School. Now, he says, I was 14 years old. I did not know what was going on. I was just coming to see. Now, one, do you believe his statements of I was not involved, I was just curious?
No, he wasn't there as a damn cheerleader for nobody. You were there practicing racism. They were beating the shit out of them black people. And he's right there dead in the mix. So don't act like you were just standing there watching. And I don't want to hear about that he was a baby. They tried to babyfy motherfuckers now. Yeah. Oh, he was so young. Look, Tamir Rice was young when they killed him in Cleveland.
12, right?
Understand? Yeah, 12 years old. Mike Brown was 18 when they killed him. Yeah. Trayvon Martin was 17 when they killed him. So black teenagers are punished and killed regularly. And also, this whole, it was so long ago, let's just let it go. There was an 18-year-old woman in Nazi Germany who was a secretary. They found her recently, and they wheeled her ass in court, and they gave her a breathing machine or whatever. They're like, we don't give a damn how long ago that was. If you were a teen who didn't know better, you participated in something that harmed our group, so you're going to bring your ass to court right now.
Right?
So, everybody should be punished. If we're going to punish one group, punish everybody.
Yeah. So what do you think the appropriate punishment would be?
The same thing that they tried to do with Kyrie. Give some money to black organizations. Give a few million. Apologize to black society. Set up some scholarships and give money to some of these nonprofits. Fight for Kaepernick to come back to the league. You dig? Stuff like that.
Wait. Like, can Cap still play?
Cap can still play. And Jerry Jones was one of the people telling folks not to kneel and all that stuff. Remember?
That's true.
Yeah,
he was. And he warned them.
Yeah, he was warning people like a plantation owner. So now he needs to have a Colin Kaepernick shirt on. He needs to be representing for Colin Kaepernick, apologizing to Colin Kaepernick. Do the same thing that they tried to do to Kyrie. You know?
Like, do you feel like here? So Kyrie, right? So do you feel like Kyrie was only punished because I guess the commissioner was a Jewish guy, and who says, again, I ain't never seen him so because he's usually a easygoing, calm guy, but he out here sending threats to Kyrie, like, I'm gonna see you. You feel me? Right. So you feel like Kyrie, like the bulk of his punishment actually came from because the commissioner was a Jewish guy?
No, you know what it came from? Kyrie had been standing up to them people anyway.
Yeah.
Because remember, they tried to give him the jab and he wouldn't take it. So they look at brothers who do that as little uppity Negroes. So they want to make an example out of him because he stood his ground. He's like, hey, I just won't play. I ain't taking that shit. They don't want other black people getting that kind of vibe because that becomes contagious. And if you have so many other players being influenced by Kyrie saying, hey, I'm not going to do everything these people tell us to do. Let's stand together in solidarity and let's shut this bullshit down and let's start making power moves. See, that's where that will lead to. So they have to make an example out of the black person who's running off the plantation, so to speak. So that's what they tried to do with Kyrie. That whole thing where they that's a manufactured beef. Him tweeting a link to a movie without any context to it and then labeling him anti-Semitic. That's a bad faith argument. You dig? But they use the I'm white and I say so narrative to try to punish black people.
Man, right. So now let's actually transition into Twitter. Now Elon Musk just purchased Twitter. Now he's saying he's for free speech. And he's saying he's about to start unbanning accounts. He unbanned Trump, unbanned other people, right? Now, are you pro him unbanning a lot of these guys who got banned?
I am because I think they unbanned Minister Farrakhan too.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I don't like banning people if they just have an opinion that's different. Now, if people are getting into dangerous behavior, you have to check these accounts. But some of these, I didn't want him to ban Trump. I didn't think that was cool. You know, I didn't think that was cool at all. Let Trump say what he has to say. Let people see what's popping with it. The thing is, what he is doing, from what I understand, they're starting to ban people who speak against police brutality. Now, that's not cool. You dig? A lot of people who so don't do that. Don't say I'm all for free speech, but when people are talking about non-justice, you ban them. So don't ban nobody if that's the case.
How do we deal with hate speech? Because I think, like Jordan Peterson says, there's really only two options, right? Is we ban it all in terms of rights, right? And then figure out which rights to grant as time goes on, or allow everything, right? Now, and he also said, the only possible option for communal harmony is to allow it all, because once we start figuring out what to ban, that's when we get into, okay, who's going to decide what to ban, and that's an easy road to like tyranny. So like, how do we deal with hate speech? Do we just allow people to rebuttal them online, or should we ban them?
Well, the thing is, a lot of hate speech will lead to normalization of demonizing a group of people, which is what they did to black people.
Yeah.
It started off with nigga, and then let's lynch that nigga, and then let's bury that nigga, and then let's run all the niggas out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it'll start with words, and then it'll turn into something else. So you want to nip certain things in the bud before it goes to another level. That's why all of these other groups are protected. You can't say anything. You can't say a negative Asian epithet. You get banned, shut down real quickly. You out of here. You damn sure can't say a gay epithet at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
You dig? You're out of here. These other groups are protected, and they have not been marginalized half as much as black folks. See, a lot of anti-black racism is allowed to go on online and in real life. You can have white people running around here yelling nigga, 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 throwing stuff at black people, and they won't even get a hate crime charge. You bump into an Asian person, they're going to hit you with a hate crime charge. You dig? So we have to make it equitable, meaning that we have to have the same protection for black people as per the Constitution, equal protection under the law.
But if we start, let's say, like banning and like hate speech, right? Like, okay, do we trust the powers that be that already had it out for us, that already like fucked us over? Do we trust them to decide what hate speech is?
Well, the thing is, they're already in power, so we're already subjugated to them to a certain degree, and it's already dictated by them. Like on Twitter, you can say nigga, nigga, nigga all day. Don't nobody do anything. You can call black people niggas. You can say all types of stuff. Nobody really does anything. You think? But we can't say anything about other groups. So there's always that the racial double standard is already there. That's what white supremacy is all about, a racial double standard. And that's what we have to push back against. That's the struggle we're in now.
Man, right? So now, Wakanda movie, right? What's your thoughts on that, man?
You know, I didn't see the movie, but just the premise of it kind of threw me off because it's too agenda-based. We're talking about Wakanda. This is the mythological African society. The last Black Panther was phenomenal. Our brother Chaz, he died. So the logical thing would to get another replacement for him. That would be the logical thing. But now they've all lives matter. The damn Wakanda. they had the women running stuff. So there's like a feminist agenda there. Then they had a lot of Hispanic people in Wakanda. I don't know where that came from. I don't know if they were.
No, I seen it one nigga.
Yeah, like it was Hispanic dude, and he was one of the leads. I'm like, how you go from T'Challa to T'Cholo? He went from that to that. So I don't know where they're going with it now. So it's all over. They've all lives matter it. So my thing is, when it comes to us, we don't have to dilute everything and all lives matter everything. We can't have a black franchise with us in there.
Listen, so I'll be real. Like the movie itself was subpar.
I heard.
But you have to acknowledge, man, Lupita's new body is crazy, man.
Oh, yeah, Lupita's body is off the chain.
Wait, is that like a BBL or is that natural, bro?
I don't know. I'm like, we saw her on the red carpet and there was all types of dunks standing up. I'm like, did she get some vibranium in that ass?
You're right. Bro, I said, nah, come on. So I was like, no. But now it's like everybody is now like paying more attention to her, which is cool and all, right?
Oh, yeah, she's a beautiful sister.
Right, man. Yo, but like, let's speak on, man, ambush agendas in these TV shows, right?
Yeah.
So tell me like which TV shows like do you think like have like ambush agendas?
But I don't really watch TV like that.
Well, like you said, like Power.
Oh, yeah. Stuff like damn near all of them.
P-Valley.
These shows that cater to black people, they all have an agenda. Now the cartoons, you can't even watch cartoons now. You watch the Disney Channel or the Disney app, and these cartoons have men kissing each other and boys kissing. It's weird now. But when you watch these black shows, they like to ambush you with these agendas. Like you watching Power, it's about drug dealers, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the show,
Buck breaking.
Yeah, all of a sudden, hey man, put the dope down and come bend over. Like, whoa, where the hell that come from?
Yeah,
like two dudes just getting it in the middle of the show, and they have to ambush you with it because they know if they lead up to it, people are gonna tune out.
Yeah,
like a romantic scene, some sexual tension between a man and a woman. People are like, oh, let me watch this and see where it goes. But these shows, they never have it like that. It's like out the blue, the next scene, two dudes getting it in, and they're like, whoa, that's an agenda. That's called ambushing. And they do that on a lot of black shows now. You know?
Now, how effective do you think those ambush agendas are? Like, for example, like, do you think that, because I feel like as adults though, like we won't watch like that and be gay, right? So but for the kids, it's probably different. So
right, because you normalize it with kids.
Yes,
you dig? That's what that's about. And even with cartoons, you start putting stuff out there over and over again, it becomes normal. So a kid says, okay, if I do this and I let somebody do that to me, well, I saw it on TV, so it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
So that's not cool. I'm not with that agenda stuff.
Nah. Now, speak on Woman King.
Yeah.
So what's your issue with that?
The Woman King movie, and I love our sister. What's her name? The lead actress, Viola Davis.
Yes,
wonderful actress. Love her. A lot of people had an issue with that movie because of the historic inaccuracy about a lot of it. Because the Dahomey tribe, they were major slave traders.
Yeah,
they were the ones working with the European powers to help facilitate the slave trade. In the movie, I think they kind of made it seem like they were almost against it to a certain degree, but which is not true. One of the last slave ships that came to the Americas, the people were caught by that Dahomey tribe. So it's a very tedious type of relationship that we historically have with those tribal groups who help facilitate the slave trade. So
yeah, man. Yo, again, like, so I had a conversation about that. I think it was like last week or so, right?
Yeah.
Now, like, do you feel like Nigeria has to cough up something?
To a certain degree, they might, because the thing, I'll say this.
It wasn't us, by the way. It was Nigerians who did that.
Right.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I will say this. Those countries don't really exist. Nigeria didn't exist at the time. You know what I'm saying? During the slave trade. Nigeria, it became a nation state later. So it would be hard to say Nigeria owes something. Now we have to look at some of the nation states.
The tribes existed though.
We'll look at some of the tribes, but they don't really have any power like that.
Yeah.
And most of the wealth was absorbed by the European powers. So, we're going after the European sources of everything right now.
Yeah, man. Like, again, like, I guess I don't know the exact tribes yet, man, but bro, it's 300 million people. No, sorry, it's like 100 million people right now in Nigeria.
Oh yeah.
They can come up with something.
Yeah.
Right?
We'll focus on them once we get our money from these folks. We'll focus on them and see who's who. I'm focusing on the main corporate right now.
Yeah, man. Yo, so speaking about your praying mother, man. Listen, man. You have to be protected by something, man, because whenever you have an enemy who crosses you, something bad happens to them, man, right?
Yes, indeed.
Let's speak on Miss Tiffany Cross.
Yeah.
Aunt Jemima. Mammy. Tiffany Cross, man.
Tiffany Cross.
What's your beef, man?
It wasn't a beef, man. Tiffany Cross, she was on MSNBC for a long time. Democratic shield. She toes the lines for the Democrats. Yeah. She got real comfortable up there thinking that she was talking. Yeah, she was talking grease. And one day my name came up. She blocked me a long time ago on Twitter for nothing. And then she got on TV in front of millions saying, hey, you black people out there, don't listen to Kevin Samuels. Don't listen to Tariq. No, fall in line and get out there and vote like you supposed to, that type of shit. So she called me out by name. I'm like, okay, we doing that? Okay. And then not too long ago after that, she got fired. White Daddy gave her the pink slip. Yeah. And now she's walking around here, with the struggle face. You know?
But bro, like, it's insane because I heard she got fired because she said that Florida is the dick of the country.
Yeah. And
they
also said they fired her because she was spending up a lot of money. She was using a lot of the network's money for lavish trips and stuff like that. So she got bougie. She got bougie. She thought that she was in on the plantation, and they sent her ass right back to the big house. Yeah.
Now, here, because I heard I think somebody said she was only getting paid like $250K a year, right? But was acting like a $20 million host. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
God damn.
See, that's the thing. When black folks get in these positions, you get around some of these white liberals, and you think that you're in there with them, and you think you can start talking greasy and you can start calling shots and black men shut up, and boy, those right wingers need to shut up. You better understand the white liberals and the white right wingers, they're brothers and sisters and cousins. So they're still on code with each other. So you better watch what you talking greasy like you in there. They're like, hey, no, you still talking about my mama. My mama's a Republican. So get your black ass out of here. You dig?
Yeah, of course, so, man. Now, but like, how do we tell like the difference, right? Between, so there's like, let's say, like there's some black commentators, right? Who let's say they're speaking out against, or like they're correcting certain things they see in the black community, right? How do we tell the difference between that and black commentators who are being controlled and puppet mastered by the white supremacists?
Good question, man. See, we know when somebody's keeping it 100 with us. We know if somebody's giving us some constructive information as a black group, because usually what you'll do, you will do it among us. You see, you'll go to a black organization and you'll sit down, look, hey man, the white people ain't here, fuck all that. We need to do this. Niggas need to stop with the drugs and let's stop the gang shit. You know how to sit somebody down and just be on some scared straight shit when you're talking to them. When you get on national TV and you get around your white buddies and all these black people, y'all smoking all this crack, now you're performing for white people. And we know when you're performing and we reject that. Like Stephen A. Smith, that nigga performs for white people. You dig? That nigga's a tap dancing Sambo. And his messaging to us is really a performance for them. And we see it, and that's why he gets called out. You know?
Now, she said,
hey, yo, Patrick Gabriel, this is an interview. This is loud. Make sure y'all hit that like button, come up the video, support the channel. We got 100 people in here. Share the live stream.
To any political party, I'm going to tell black people to vote for your best interest. What are you going to get that's tangible? I'm not going to tell black people to do something that's going to shoot them in the foot. When I tell black people to do something or insist or just imply to do something, it's going to be something that's going to benefit black people tangibly. They don't like that because they know that white society don't want to give black people nothing, and white society will give them these handpicked black commentators, give them their little nigga trinkets to tell other black people to just settle for symbolic gestures. You dig? So I don't do that. I don't want them to give me something and then shit on all the other black people. That's not a good deal for me because I know they're going to ultimately shit on me like they shit on Tiffany Cross's ass. You dig?
Yo, like, listen, like, that's actually like rare. Because like you offer like some of these niggas $5 million a year to just come online and cool it, man, come on, bro.
Exactly.
They'll take it.
They'll take it. But look, man, I see that's why I always say when you do business, man, don't go in the store hungry. Just like they say, you don't ever go to the grocery store hungry. You'll just start buying bullshit.
Of course.
You don't go to no business deal needy and desperate because they can see it in you. You did. They can see when you starving. Dude, when I used to do business deals out here, man, I was hustling. So I came in with the fresh cars, the fresh gear. So I had the same shit that they had. So I wasn't taking no janky little bullshit deal. I know how to go out here and get it in the mud. So when they throw some nigga trinkets at me, I'm cool. I done been around the world 4 or 5 times. I done been everywhere. I done drove every car, been with every bad broad. I done wrote books about the game. So they're not giving me nothing that I ain't seen. So I can say, hey, look, what are you going to do for all of us as a group? What are you going to do for my folks? Because I'm not trying to sit up there and cockeying and kikiing with your ass. You dig?
Well, here then, right? So I'm give them some game, right? On how they can avoid taking a bag and be self-sufficient. Because you managed to avoid all agendas, avoid a bag, and just be self-sufficient. How can they do what you do and be self-sufficient and not be needy and greedy for the white man's bag?
Go for Grubhub. Here, Prime. I'm in.
You have to be in a position where that trust you. That's the main thing. I've been putting out products for over 20 years, man. Quality products, quality books, quality films, and people can trust that I'm going to do the right thing. So I have a strong base audience. So I don't have to go to the dominant society with hat in hand because what they'll do is try to use you as a middleman to sell things to your base audience who's not really your base, and they're going to be pulling the strings. And black folks are not dumb. We see when somebody's coming to us with an agenda. You just got to come at people with the realness, and you just got to bring them quality products. You got to be 100 with them, and that goes a long way.
Yeah, because like I'll be real, man. Like you're probably the only person who I would trust and say like, if Tariq is doing like a crowdfunding thing,
yeah,
for something, bro, here, right? Because you've actually like delivered on each and every one.
Every single one. Every single one, and over delivered. That's the thing, and fast. You dig? If I say I'm gonna do something quick, I always do it. We do it quick, we do it fast, and we overperform and we exceed all expectations, and that goes a long way. People can respect that. You just got to be a person of your word, and that comes from some street shit. Because out here, you couldn't be running around here saying some shit and not being a person of your word. It's about to blow your fucking head off out here with that dumb shit.
Nah, that's a fact, right? Right. But how do you have the time? Because you do like 1,000 different other shit, right?
I do.
How do you have the time to still like give these projects enough attention, right, to where like they're being done and fulfilled based on your vision?
Because we need it, man. Because we need to have networks of other Black people with the same mindset of empowerment, so that we can grow and build, especially for the next generation. So that's why I do these projects. We just had a situation in Washington, D.C. We had a rally for reparations. We got that organized in like 2 or 3 weeks. Like 4,000 people showed up.
Wow.
Man. Phenomenal turnout. We got an event in Dallas coming up Memorial Day next year. That's going to be the FBA Expo. We're going to have a lot of Black business people there showing their products, showing who they are, so we can network with them nationwide. We need to start networking with brothers and sisters, because I go around the country, I see amazing brothers and sisters who run businesses, and a lot of folks don't even know about them. So I like to have us networking with each other so that we can do business without having to grovel to the dominant society.
Yeah. How big like is your team?
I got a pretty good team. I have different teams all over the country. My team here is pretty thorough. And I'm always bringing in new people, and we have volunteers. So when you're doing something progressive, people want to come in and just help. So I'm always getting people who want to join in and help out.
Ooh, like speak on that though, right? So how do you vet people to know that like they're not coming in as an agent of chaos?
Yeah, that's another thing. So you got to look at people's backgrounds. You got to see what they've done in the past, and you kind of have to work with some people, and that's a risk. Anytime you work with new people, it's a risk. That's what I've been skeptical about working with new people, but unfortunately, you can't think like that because you might block out somebody who's thorough. So I've worked with new people who were just completely thorough. I've worked with new people, and I said, okay, I'm not working with that person again. So it's a trial and error thing. So you kind of test people and you kind of vet them and see how thorough they are when you bring them in. If they're doing what they're supposed to do and they're not being janky and they don't have some type of ulterior motive, you keep them on the team and you build and grow with them.
Yeah. Now, what type of things though would something like, for example, if you go on, let's say a potential partner or like a potential employee's Instagram or Twitter, like what type of things like would you have to see to say, you know what, you're disqualified?
You know what? I had a dude some years ago who's going to build a pool at my house, and white dude. And he came. He was kind of cordial, but just a weird vibe from the dude. And you know, I put down a little deposit, but I just got a weird vibe from the dude. Then let me look this guy up. I looked up. Looked the guy up, and this dude had Nazi tattoos on his stomach and shit. So I fired his ass. I'm like, keep the deposit, my brother. I'm good. But sometimes you just get a vibe. And sometimes when you start researching people, you just got to let them bounce.
Yo, but your pool is amazing.
Thank you,
bro. I see you doing like live streams and shit like that, man. Man, bro, like a lifestyle like that, man, with like no daddy, like right, like no masa.
No masa.
That's a dangerous lifestyle, right? Like, it's dangerous because you know that like they're watching.
Yes, they are. Yes, they
right?
are. Yes, they are. Yes,
they ever like I'm trying to get you on like some taxes, right? Like cause here, right? Like for every black man who gets some coins, right? And they're independent. There's always Uncle Sam coming in, you feel me? Like right, like trying to like just look just like too deep into it, right? Had they tried same bullshit with you?
No, because I make sure my accountants, I overpay when it comes to taxes and all that stuff. But they try the bullshit all the time. They always send agents among us. Even in DC a couple of weeks ago, there were agents all over that place.
Really?
They weren't effective because you had so much of us on code. But afterwards, there was this right-wing girl. I'm not going to even say her name. They're on YouTube. She came out to do coverage of the rally.
Oh, wow.
She's like, oh yeah, look, the Tariq, they hate white people. Let's see why they hate white people so much. And they started interviewing all of these people who were supposed to be connected with the rally, who were clearly plants. And they were up there, the Jews, fucking Jews. They were talking crazy. I'm like, these niggas ain't with us. They're clearly plants. So stuff like that, yeah. And plus, we saw little sharpshooters all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah. So, that's going to happen. So we understand what we're getting into. Anytime you're talking about Black empowerment, they're going to come at you. But you got to understand this. Even if you are not about Black empowerment, they're going to come at you. The people that get killed by cops, these are people who be on some, hey, man, ain't nobody supreme over me. And when you get pulled over by a cop, you start talking crazy and then walk right into an ambush.
Yeah,
so
man.
They're going to get us no matter what. So we might as well be empowered in this game.
Yeah. Now, that story just reminded me of some other guy called Grandmaster Jay, right? I think. And he was just sentenced for essentially doing the same shit Cal Rittenhouse did, right? Which is he went to a rally under the pretense of, I'm trying to protect my people. Now they claim he pointed his gun at one of the federal officers.
Yeah.
And that was enough to get him 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
So what's your take on that, man?
Well, Jam Master Day, many people, they kind of think that this guy may or may not be an agent. There's some real funny style stuff going on with him because there's video of him doing security for Trump some years ago. So people are trying to tie in. How you doing security for Trump? And then you out here, the leader of this militia group that's running around talking about white folks this and white folks that. So we're seeing what's going on with that. There's some real funny style stuff going. So we have to see how that's going to play out.
Yeah, right. Would they really send one of their agents though to jail for 7 years?
Has he been to jail yet?
No.
They said they sentenced him to jail, but he ain't in jail yet. So let's see how that's gonna play out.
Yo, that'll be a cold game though, bro.
Yeah.
They get you to turn on your people, and then as soon as you do what you do, they lock your ass up.
But they'll say they're sending you to jail, and they'll send you somewhere to Club Med somewhere, and they don't know where you are, saying that you're in jail. So they do all types of slick stuff, man, to pull one of their agents out. There was an FBI agent, an asset. He wasn't a technical agent, but he was an asset with the FBI, a dude named Dothard Perry from the 1960s and 70s. And he did interviews talking about how they utilized him and how they put him out there to all of these different groups to infiltrate. And they would threaten him with jail if he didn't do certain things.
Yeah.
That's how they get you. If you don't act out what we tell you to act out, we're going to give you a certain amount of years. So it's a real funny style thing, man.
But speaking of the right winger coming to your rally, right?
Yeah.
I've seen Candace Owens went to the doorsteps of Patrice Colin, right?
Yeah.
Man, Tariq, if one of these freak motherfuckers comes to your doorstep, what's happening, man?
Well, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a little different. But the FBI, they visited me a few times.
Oh, yo, speak on that, right? Because I think you mentioned that the last time, but then I just totally forgot and glossed over it.
Yeah.
There was a dude in New York who bust, I think, on the subway, right?
Yeah.
He didn't kill nobody though, right?
I think, did he? I don't think he did.
No, right? There was just hurt.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, some mentally ill dude.
Yeah,
he went out here.
But then he's on YouTube and shit like he's a big fan of Umar. He
followed me on Twitter. He followed me on Twitter.
Yeah.
So they gonna come asking me, well, do I know him? I'm like, no, a gazillion people follow me on Twitter. They did the same thing with Micah Johnson down in Dallas when he shot all those cops.
Yeah.
They came, this was 2015, something like that. And the FBI came to the house. Did you know Micah Johnson? So anytime there's a nationwide crime or something that happens, they use these intimidation tactics by going to certain prominent voices, go to us and start trying to say, hey, do you know this guy? When the Micah Johnson situation, they went to Dr. Boyce, they went to Professor
Really?
Griffin, they went to a few people because of that. That's an intimidation tactic, to say, hey, y'all don't be saying nothing out here that's going to influence people. We're watching you, basically.
Bro, that's scary because, bro, if listen, man, them folks probably have to come to me once, maybe twice. Before I'm out of here. You know
would you just start buck dancing? And you have on a White Lives Matter shirt too, brother?
Yo, right now, because Meek Mill says said something very similar. Right? Meek Mill said, "Listen, man, I'm out here pushing for prison reform, right?
Yeah.
But hey, if y'all if y'all want me to stop, just tell me, right? I ain't finna lose my livelihood. Yeah. Right? So like, if Meek was that honest though, right?
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Do you at least respect somebody who is that honest and upfront?
I can't respect that because sometimes, you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy. Sometimes, look, sometimes we didn't sign up for that. I didn't really sign up for this shit. I didn't say I'm going to be a damn activist. That's just kind of something that happened. People just kind of start looking to me because they like my opinions on certain things. That's why I tell people I'm not a leader of anybody. I've never designated myself as a leader. I'm not the leader of an organization. People just happen to like what I have to say because they know I'm going to be honest about it.
Yeah. Like, why do you think like your message resonates like more than like a lot of these other dudes, right? Because like you actually put a little bit of comedy into it too, right?
Yeah.
One, like you should for sure try like stand-up comedy.
People always say that.
That shit will go like you're just a naturally funny dude, man, right? So why do you think like your message resonates more than other dudes?
Because they know I'm going to be real honest about certain things, and I'm going to tell things. Tell people things based on my experience and based on my reading, because I study a lot and I like to read a lot, and I just like to give it to people real plain. And people like my message because I'm one of the few people that can cater to an intellectual crowd and the street crowd, which is kind of a difficult thing for a lot of people to do. If you are an intellectual, usually you don't really have any street savvy, and a lot of dudes who are street savvy, they don't really have the intellect to go to a Yale. I've done lectures at Yale before, so I'm one of the few people that can really talk to both crowds and bring both crowds together. So that's why when you see my movies, I have the scholars in there, I have rappers in there, I have a couple of street dudes in there, and I can bring everybody together because all of us are needed. And we can show the messages from all different sectors of our society and show that that message can be utilized by all of us.
Man, like facts, right? Now let's speak about a Takeoff, man, right? So Takeoff got killed.
Yeah.
Now, do hip hop have a problem, man?
That wasn't hip hop related. That was some other street shit that was going on. They were in a dice game, and some words got exchanged. Quavo and those dudes shouldn't have been out there gambling with those dudes
at all, bro.
I tell, look, man, when you get a certain level of paper, certain crowds you don't really have to be in. You got people who ain't really got shit to lose. And you don't need to be around that, man. You can upgrade your audience, upgrade your crowd. You ain't got to be out here with dudes gambling and all that on some street shit, because you're asking for trouble with people who just don't have nothing to lose. So they ain't got really nothing to do with hip hop. Unfortunately, a rapper got hit. And hopefully we understand that everybody ain't on the same page with us. We think just because we got a bunch of adoring fans, we can get around some cat in a dice game and he's going to be a fan. No, that motherfucker might be an undercover hater who can't wait to get you out of here. Yeah.
Yo, one of the dudes who's being, I guess, investigated, man, bro, you go to his Twitter, man, he been hating for 6 straight years. Like,
wow.
Bro, the kid right now is like 20, right? And he was hating since middle school.
Just a lifelong damn hater. You, man.
17 years old.
Man.
Say fuck Quavo, fuck the Migos, all type of shit.
You're right. You got to watch folks like that, man. We better understand there's some cats out here who they feel like they ain't going to never get anything popping in their lives. And then when they see another black person shining, they feel like that's an offense to them. That makes them look bad. Why this nigga shining and I ain't shining?
Yeah, of course.
So let me bring this nigga down with me with these bullets. So we got a poison mindset with some of these folks out here. And they ain't got shit to do with hip hop because, even before the rap game, you had a couple of dusty niggas out here who would take somebody out who's shining. So that's just what it is, unfortunately.
Facts. But but people always say that I'm cooning when I say I don't hang out with certain niggas after 5 p.m. Right? But like, I'm a non-FBA, so I can't say shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But it's true, right? Like, listen, like Quavo them should not be in no surroundings with no dusty niggas after 5 p.m.
Right. Yeah.
If every bit, but now, is black on black crime a thing, or is black on black crime just the same as white on white crime?
No, there's no such thing as black on black crime. Crime is crime because all groups commit the same level of crime. Look, Asians commit crime against Asians. They have a whole Asian mafia, the Yakuzas. Oh, these people kill the shit out of each other. It's not promoted on television all the time. Well, the biggest drug dealer in the world is Asian. You got the Asian El Chapo. Y'all Google Asian El Chapo. That dude has like a $50-some billion.
Wow.
They just got that dude. You don't hear that on the news.
Yeah.
See, we hear about the El Chapos and the black criminals and all of that. We don't have black organized crime. Black crimes are overly magnified, so we think that we're just out here committing more crime than anybody, and we're just not. Crime is crime. People are going to commit crime in proximity. So any capitalistic society, there's going to be a level of criminality because the haves and the have-nots are always going to be going after each other anywhere you go. So there is no black on black crime. You have crime and you have dusty niggas who commit crime.
bro, it's like I say the exact same thing, man. But like some people like folks would kill me for that, but then bro, like because I like so like dusty niggas is a term that I use on damn near every video, right? But hey, listen, man. I'm not a coon, man. For me, right, Tariq, come on now.
Yeah. See, they're probably getting at you because you're talking about the dusty niggas here, but you're from Liberia.
So they dusty down there too.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna talk about some dust. There's some dusty motherfuckers over there. That's probably why. Hey, what about the crime over there? You can't hang with niggas in the morning.
Look.
Shout out to Liberia. No disrespect.
I'm gonna show you though, like the dusty niggas up there. Liberia child soldiers.
Yeah.
Let's show you dusty niggas.
Yeah, that's the thing that kills us. See, people come from Liberia, so we gotta stay away from the Akatas. And there's a nigga running around, a 6-year-old with a machine gun over there in Liberia.
Wait, so right?
Yeah.
Nah, but that's true though, right? Because like I deaf sure wouldn't feel comfortable being with them niggas
at 2 in the afternoon with little Umduge with a machine gun.
Nah, man, like that's a fact, man. But okay, but now let's talk about this is a new little like trend now called depopulation, right? Where now it's being grabbed by the Alex Jones Kennezoans, where they're claiming that now there's a new world order now to like depopulate. Now, I think the UN now just got like a whole new organization. I think it's called the UN Population Fund, right? Where now they're being tasked to kind of make sure the population is under control. Do you feel like we're populated, or is that some new world order shit?
No. When they talk about it, we got to understand code words. When Alex Jones and the Nick Fuentes, when they talk about overpopulation, they mean too many black people. And not enough white people. The white numbers are dwindling. All of the white scientists are saying this. Their numbers are going down. Over here in the United States, there's a negative birth rate, meaning they're dying faster than they're being born. So they want to do something about that. But what are they going to do about that? What they want to do, because this is nature, you can't really do anything about it. If your numbers are dwindling, your numbers are dwindling. Even if all the black people were just cornered off somewhere on the other part of the world, locked in, their numbers are still going to be dwindling because, in fact, it's going to dwindle faster because they're going to get into incestuous relationships and the neurological diseases is going to kill them even faster. So what they want to do is create a global apartheid state. They want to have a position where all the black people, it's like South Africa. The small white minority is ruling the large black majority. So what they want to do, they want to start getting transhumanisms, things going on, robots, like in San Francisco. They just passed an ordinance where robots can kill people. All right? Y'all Google that. In San Francisco, they just passed an ordinance saying that the police robots can kill people like they killed Michael Johnson down in Dallas. Who do you think those guns are going to go for? Robots aren't killing white people. All right, that's going to be aimed at us. You think? So when they talk about population control, they mean controlling the black population while the white numbers are dwindling.
Man, bro, that's insane though. Because at that point though, like, bro, I'm not driving, bro. Like, I'm staying inside.
You dig? Right, because they already got automatic cars up there in San Francisco. Look, a lot of experiments come out of San Francisco. They already got these automatic cars out here, and they've done studies saying that some of these automated cars disproportionately run over black people. You dig? I'm not even bullshitting. Black people. You dig? I'm not even bullshitting. Google what I'm saying. So it's already starting, man.
Oh, brother, they're trying, man.
They'll tell you in the movies. Like, look at movies like I, Robot and all this shit. They'll tell you what they're going to do in their movies, man. It's real heavy.
Together, we are Valorant.
미안해서 어쩌나?
Kültürümüzü kucaklıyoruz.
Ipinaparinig namin ang aming boses.
Bro, that's insane, right? Like how the system has white supremacy.
Yeah.
And now they're programming the robots
to do it. So now if a robot goes out here and kills somebody, who are you going to sue? You think?
Or jail.
Right. Yeah, you can't put the robot in jail.
Yo, that's brilliant, right? Because if a robot kill a nigga, what, like,
who you going to
deprogram it? I mean, what you going to do?
Oh my God, we're gonna take the battery out.
Yeah.
You there?
It's a rogue robot.
Yeah. They're gonna blame it on a malfunction. That's the whole con game they're gonna run it on, man.
Nah, bro, that's insane, though, man. I knew I wanted to spill something, man. The Revolt Summit.
Yes.
Man, yo. So I never got to actually watch it, but I heard that you, RZA, and Van.
Yeah, shout out to Van.
Was on a panel together talking about reparations or what?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, here, right? So like recap that, man. So like what did y'all talk about? What the conversations about?
Oh man, what did we talk about? That was so long ago, some months back. But we just talked about the importance of reparations, how reparations would look. It has to be lineage based, certain political policies we need to do in order to get the reparations. Some of the same stuff we talked about at the reparations rally in DC.
Yeah.
We're beating the drum, letting people know that reparations is the agenda. We're not going to be sidetracked into something else. Because when we talk about reparations, which means cash money to foundational Black Americans, they try to switch up and make reparations something else. Well, we need some environmental reparations, green tree and green. No. We need green money. Mm-hmm. We need paper. So we're keeping the agenda of reparations based on lineage and based on cash payments.
Man, now speak on the DC, right? March, right?
Yeah.
Now, who idea was it to just like come together and like do that, right? And then two, man, I heard you really like united people. You brought out Boyce Watkins. You brought out like, bro, a bunch of other like Black leaders, man. So So how did that come to be?
That was my idea to come up with that. How did I come up with that? I came up with that because we kept talking about what we needed as Black people, and the dominant society kept telling us, well, we need some sexual agendas, this, we need that, we need environmental stuff, we need HBC loans, and just a whole bunch of BS. And I said, let me organize a rally for DC where we can tell the world exactly what we want. And that's what we did.
Man, but that was powerful, right? Because I feel like Boyce Watkins is a needed leader, right?
Yes, he is.
Yeah, right?
Very thorough, brother.
Yeah, right? But like, I don't know, man, like, if it's probably like the YouTube algorithm or the white, but like he's kind of being like edged out, right? So we're like, I don't really like hear from him as much, right?
Yeah.
Is he like still, I guess, like heavy and consistent on YouTube, or like has he like moved to other?
Yeah, he's still on YouTube. A lot of times YouTube's, it kind of messes with the algorithms of certain Black speakers. Like a lot of times you don't see their videos promoted like that. A lot of times they get shadow banned too.
Yeah.
So, that's the thing, because we got to understand there's a lot of folks who work in some of these tech companies. They're the same people who's on 4chan and some of these little racist sites.
Yeah.
Same exact people.
Yeah. Wait. Yo, but speaking of like 4chan, right? Which is why like I thought that like your like website was needed, right? Like, right, like if they have like 4chan, then like there should be a site where like there's people who go in and actually like find out who's typing, right?
Yeah.
And they have a list of like he's like an officer, he's right. So like, would you ever like think about bringing that back?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
We're thinking about doing that now. We're trying to do that. Look at the legal logistics of it. So yeah, we're definitely thinking about doing something like that because we need it,
bro. Like, listen. If that comes back, just be ready, man. Bro, you gonna have judges coming for you, right?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, man. Feel me?
And we're talking about doing a website now where Black people, because there was a situation down in Mississippi, a Black man was walking and some white people following him. Then, like a few weeks later, like a month later, they found the Black man's body in the woods.
Wow,
he was dead. We need to come up with an app where if we're in danger, we can kind of hit a button and say, hey, somebody in the area come through and kind of look
Oh,
out.
wow, okay.
Something like that, where we can just
Nah, that's
kinda
dope.
look-
That's dope. That's dope.
we just kind of look out for each other. Like Trayvon Martin, when he was being followed by Zimmerman, going back to Zimmerman, he didn't have anybody to call. He called his homegirl, and she couldn't really do anything.
Yeah, of course.
So we need damn near like an Uber for people to come in and just kind of pull up and make sure we're good.
Yeah.
If we're in a situation where we're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know? So that's something that we're looking into.
And do you ever like get to a point where like damn, bro, like I'm doing a lot. Like we're like
yeah.
Yo,
My
if
wife,
I
and
do
my
too
mother,
much,
my wife and mother says that all the time. My wife don't like a lot of shit. She's like, oh Lord, y'all got these FBI's coming to the house and all
yeah,
this.
right.
Yeah.
After a while, though, Tariq, like you're gonna get to a point where like you can be a political leader, right? And if you ever like feel like, yo, man, like they took out MLK, Malcolm X, there's like mad like oh my god, man. I think it was in like St. Louis, right? Like where like there was like a bunch of like the Michael Brown
activists.
Yeah, but getting killed now,
my
right?
friends, they were killing activists in St. Louis left and right because we got a lot of stuff done in St. Louis. We were getting people out of office, so the police didn't like that. So they were ambushing a lot of the black activists out there. And yeah, man, look, I do what I do because I have children, and you guys have children. And your children are going to be my children's peers.
Yeah.
So whatever I teach my children, I want to teach your children because I have to raise your children to a certain degree.
Yeah.
So that they can all protect each other. We have to protect the next generation. I can't just be quiet and let the next generation of kids walk into this white supremacist system blindsided.
Yeah.
They need to know what the hell they're getting into, and they need to know the rules of it. I studied the work of Dr. Francis Cress Welsing and others when I was younger. That's why I love that.
Y'all hit that like button, man. Hey, we got 125 people in here. I appreciate it if you get likes up. Get a few people to support the channel. Let's get a few people to support the channel. Let's get the likes up. Shout out to all the American Aborigines and FBA in the building. Support the real, you guys.
So we want to give them the game as much as we can, as young as they are, because the white supremacist kids, they learn white supremacy early. You turn on an Xbox or a PlayStation, you hear little white kids 5, 6 years old yelling nigga, nigga, nigga. They teach their children white supremacy early. We have to teach our children black empowerment early.
Now, and here's a real serious question, right?
Yeah.
If you could see in a crystal ball, where and that crystal ball says, if you keep on speaking for black people and being a fearless leader, these people are going to kill you on this day. Would you stop?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. If they said they were going to kill me on a certain day, that means they planning on killing me anyway. So I would go harder up until that damn day. I would go harder until that day because they're going to get you anyway. And if I had a crystal ball, I would find out who was going to do it and get his ass before they got me.
Nah, you see, man, listen, man, and like that's a beautiful answer, right? And that's why guys like you are needed, right? Because half these Sambos will stop for $500,000, even $10K a month, right? But you wouldn't even stop, even if it's your life is on the line.
Yeah, they're gonna get me anyway. So you might as well go in. You might as well go all the way in.
Hey, listen, man. I haven't gotten to that point of fearlessness yet, man, right? Listen, if it's death, hey, man, listen.
But see,
tell me when.
Because see, what they'll do, man, you play these games with them, they'll give you a lot of money, and then they'll neutralize you.
Yeah.
You see, you got all this money, and now you have a black cloud over your head, so now you stuck, and they'll take that money right back from you.
Yeah, man.
You see?
Now, black folks, we like protested Gucci for like a week.
Yeah.
Should we now protest Balenciaga?
Ain't nobody gonna protest Balenciaga. Ain't nobody gonna do shit. But that shit what Balenciaga did with them kids, that was some real disgusting stuff.
Bondage.
That bondage had kids with that bondage stuff. And again, they're trying to normalize that type of stuff, that pedophilia. That ain't cool at all, man. So they should be called out for that. But let's be real. A lot of folks in our community, we love name brand stuff. So we're still gonna rock the Balenciaga and all that, which we shouldn't. And we have to start learning how to appreciate our own brand. See, we got this thing where we put a lot of stock in a white brand, and wearing a white brand gives us a certain sense of significance. We have to start doing that with black brands.
Here, right? So yes, but like I'll blame women for that, right? Like, because like, if females valued FUBU, it was giving up the cakes to niggas who wearing FUBU. Then every nigga here would be wearing FUBU, right?
Yeah.
So should our women have that message of, hey, listen, start valuing black brands?
Well, and that could go another way. You know what? Because sometimes, man, if a dude mouthpiece is crisp enough, you can get chose no matter what kind of clothes you got on. You dig?
That's true.
So it really goes into the dude's game. If you're just wearing certain name brands and that's going to get a chick, no, a name brand is going to get a superficial goofball chick.
Yeah.
A chick with some quality to her, man. She wants quality mouthpieces from dudes. A dude who spends some real game. And like I use LA for example. Brothers out here can wear t-shirts and some swap meet khakis and pull dimes out here. So it ain't about the name brand. Yeah. It's about your game brand. It's the game brand, not the name brand. You dig?
Yo, listen, man. So perfect segue, because I always said this, man. Tariq is the godfather of all this shit, right? In terms of like the red pill, the approach games, right? Like it's Tariq.
Yeah.
So let's speak on game, right? So now I kind of hate it, right? That Tariq wrote the art of gold digging, right? Because like you gave us I'm talking about like the Bible with the art of macking.
Yeah.
On how to fuck all these hoes. and then you gave them the game on how to finesse us out of her money.
Yeah. But the thing is, the art of gold digging was for women who had game, who were getting that game goofy dudes. The kind of dudes that I was telling women to get that paper from were dudes who wouldn't even read the art of macking. And there's a bunch of dudes out here who egotistical feel like they don't need no game. Oh, I don't need to read that bullshit. I got all this money. I'm like, women, get his ass. So that's who that book was for.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, right. So the art of macking will save you from these gold diggers.
Oh yeah. It'll make the game equal. The art of macking makes the game equal. Having your mouthpiece, that makes the game equal. And look, the game is predatory. It's the have and the have-nots, the gets or the get-gottens. So you want to be thorough out here in the game. And a lot of women would read the book, The Art of Macking. Women appreciated the game in the book. And it was a fun book. It was a lot of satirical stuff in the book, but it was a lot of real game in the book. And I think that's why the book sold like 250,000 copies. Yeah. So it was a huge best-selling book. And people respected the realness of it.
Man, facts, man. Yeah. Now, do you feel like all women are hypergamous? Like they all just have that natural innate behavior to just go after men who are of upper echelon, right? Who can increase their status?
Yeah, water seeps its own level. If a woman can get a dude who's balling out, she will usually go for the dude who's balling out. Women know their capabilities. There's some women who out there who can't get a dude like that, so they'll settle. Yeah. But it's natural for people to find a dude who's a provider. So a dude who's balling has the appearance of a provider.
Yeah.
Just like we go for the women who look attractive. What do we go for? Ass, titties.
Yeah, of course.
Nurturing. Those are symbolic things of nurturing. That looks like a nurturing thing. So we look for women who have nurturing qualities. So it's a nature thing.
Now, I feel like when you were giving game, right? It definitely was like balanced, right?
Yeah.
But somewhere down the line, the Manosphere podcast niggas have gotten too far.
Okay, the shit that we got now with the Manosphere stuff, because it look like you said, when I did the game, I was like the only one doing it at a long time. And then about 5-6 years after I started doing it, then the pickup artist dudes came out of all over the place. And then many of them morphed into the Manosphere dudes. What we have now are a bunch of dudes who are incels, who are supposed to be given relationship advice. And you notice there's this anger towards it. There's almost the contempt for women to a certain degree. That ain't got nothing to do with game. These are dudes who are basically nerds who got a platform. So because they have a platform, they have the illusion of power, and they have the illusion of game. So they're given this real weird ass advice on how to deal with women. And it's coming from an incel spirit. That's why it really doesn't work like that. And that's why there's always some bullshit associated with it. Certain guys, I don't even want to name their names, but they talk about this relationship stuff and they have women on their shows and there's always fighting and conflict.
Yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with game, man. That's all about domination and projecting your own insecurities on people.
Right now. All right. So if you were to take let's say like an incel or a simp, right? Now, since Sims can be saved, right? Because Sims are just dudes who just overvalue women, right?
Yeah.
Right. So they will like pay for pussy. But like in incel, like what would be like your advice on how to self-develop to a point where you can actually bag the chick of your dreams?
Good question, because see, going back to a lot of these red pill dudes, notice the women that they have around are usually strippers.
Yeah.
Fact. So the relationships is a very transactional thing. So these guys make a couple of dollars, streaming or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they get their money and bring some women around and kind of verbally abuse them to a certain degree. You dig? That ain't no game. You just kind of using your money to do humiliation porn to a certain degree. You got to have your mouthpiece, Chris, man. You got to be confident in who you are as a man first, and you have to trust yourself. Mm-hmm. When you trust yourself, the women will trust you too. Women love a dude who can trust himself, and you can trust yourself by not having to jump bad at women as a power play. That's an insecure thing. Mm-hmm. When you have to jump bad at these chicks and talk at them crazy, that's insecurity. Women can sense that. Yeah. Women like a dude who has a.
Shout out to everybody in the building, man. I'm gonna end this live stream right here. Y'all can go check out the full interview on the number. We'll leave the video in the description. Shout out to all the American Aboriginals in the building. Make sure you drop that fire emoji, drop the video, support the channel. Shout out to all the American Aboriginals. With that being said, we got to get ready to get out of here. Support the channel. Make sure you be safe. Make sure y'all be aware. Make sure y'all be vigilant. Make sure you stay dangerous. It's your brother Aboriginal Power. Oh, yeah.
See, my life has been in motion. I'm a little windy. I'm not giving up yet. If you with me, time to place up your bet. Ain't no turning back. Got niggas who ran. When we caught his ass, got caught in that jam. Yeah, you know who I am. Yeah, you know who I am. I can feel it coming. I can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. It's that feeling in your stomach, you can feel it coming. Yeah, you can feel it coming. Fake love, that snake you in your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it. Too much fake love, that snake you in your face, love. Your face, love. That snake you in your face, love. I told my brothers we gon' make it, that's how God wrote it. And the snake gon' show his face, cause that's how God wrote it.
Oh yeah, make sure y'all go subscribe.